When we hear the word apartment, many people naturally think of apartment buildings imported from the West after the Industrial Revolution in the 19th century. However, the concept of apartments in a form similar to what we see today existed long before, that dating back to the ancient Roman Empire. Behind the dazzling prosperity of ancient Rome stood a unique architectural structure called insulae, which housed a significant portion of the urban population. Derived from the Latin word for island or building, insulae were more than just residential spaces. They were time capsules vividly capturing daily Roman life, social challenges, and a strong sense of community. Some insulae were over 10 stories high, and since there were no electric elevators at the time, higher floors were cheaper. These apartment-like buildings, constructed with wood, brick, mud, and a natural cement used by the Romans, spread not only throughout Rome, but across the empire's major cities. After Rome dominated the Mediterranean in the mid-2nd century BCE, the population soared, reaching between 80 and 100 million by the 2nd century CE. Rome itself exceeded 1 million residents, and as housing shortages worsened, insulae construction rapidly increased. Insulae were essential elements of the ancient Roman cityscape, serving both residential and commercial purposes. They were built vertically to maximize efficiency in limited urban spaces. Initially, wood and mud bricks were the primary construction materials. Over time, to reduce fire risks and improve structural stability, sun-dried bricks became common, and the ground floors were typically made of stone for a solid foundation and protection from floods or street disturbances. Most insulae had up to 6 floors. The ground floor was used for commercial purposes such as shops or taverns, providing income for building owners and convenience for residents. Upper floors served as living spaces, with basic rooms arranged along a central corridor. However, despite these designs, insulae were highly susceptible to fires. The use of flammable materials in upper floors and the close proximity of buildings posed serious hazards. With the Roman Empire's evolution, insula design and construction also changed. Advances in building technology, shifting societal needs, and government regulations led to improved versions with fire-resistant material and structural reinforcements. These developments reflected Rome's architectural adaptability and its responsiveness to citizens' practical needs. Though insulae were vital housing for lower and middle-class Romans, they came with numerous challenges. Overcrowding in small spaces led to persistent problems like fire, noise, congestion, and structural instability. Some insulae were illegally extended up to 10 or 20 stories. After the Great Fire of Rome in 64 CE, during Emperor Nero's reign, the government enacted height regulations limiting all insulae to 7 stories. The fire had spread rapidly from the rooftops of tall insulae, destroying 7 of the city's 9 districts. The dense construction and flammable materials increased fire risks, and without modern firefighting systems, fires were uncontrollable and terrifying. Noise was another chronic issue. Constant sounds from ground floor businesses and the bustling streets disrupted the residents' peace. Thin walls and a lack of soundproofing only amplified the problem. Insulae were also plagued by overcrowding and instability. Some buildings were built quickly and cheaply, risking collapse. As population density rose, more people crammed into small spaces, often resulting in unsanitary conditions, with multiple families sharing a single room. Despite the harsh living conditions, insulae fostered strong community bonds. Neighbors who frequently interacted in tight quarters came to rely on one another. Daily exchanges, borrowing items, or sharing news helped forge close relationships. Though thin walls sometimes compromised privacy, they also encouraged mutual understanding and empathy. The streets around insulae were centers of lively community life. Merchant calls, artisan hammering, and the aroma of food made the streets more than just thoroughfares. They were spaces full of vitality. Children played in courtyards and alleys, developing social skills, while adults built connections through shared meals and religious ceremonies. The socioeconomic diversity within insulae also contributed to a unique community culture. Wealthy merchants and poor laborers coexisted in the same buildings, forming cooperative relationships not often seen in modern urban settings. Rome's excellent urban planning and engineering provided essential services to Insula residents. Its famed aqueducts delivered clean water across the city, and people fetched water from public fountains. Well-paved roads enabled efficient travel, and various shops and markets offered goods and services nearby. Though different from modern hospitals, temples and visiting physicians provided healthcare, while public baths offered hygiene, social interaction, and relaxation. The Cloaca Maxima sewer system played a vital role in maintaining sanitation and thermopolia. Hot food stalls supported busy urban lives with ready meals. Insulae frequently appeared in Roman literature, drama, and poetry. In the comedies of playwright Plautus, the cramped, chaotic settings of Insulae often served as humorous backdrops. Poets used them to depict the struggles and hustle of urban life. Legal documents also reference Insulae in property and inheritance disputes. Meanwhile, in the Middle East, apartment buildings began proliferating during the Middle Ages. Though they were rare in sparsely populated desert regions, major trading cities like Cairo, Baghdad, and Yemen saw a rise in apartments due to population growth. Yemen's Shabam, with over 1,000 years of history, is a surviving example and a registered UNESCO World Heritage Site. While the exteriors of apartments originated mainly from Western and Middle Eastern styles, the interiors, with wallpapered walls and room division, trace back to East Asia. Modern interior design began in 17th century Japan. After the Imjin War, the peaceful Edo period allowed commerce to flourish and cities to expand rapidly. Edo, the shogunate capital, once exceeded 500,000 residents. This led to the rise of communal housing around Joka-machi castle towns, which became the commercial hubs of each region. These housing styles spread to Europe through trade, with the Netherlands influencing European homes that previously lacked the concept of wallpaper or defined room divisions.